Hello, everybody, and welcome to Enjoy English. I am your host, Shane.
大家好，我是 Bernice 老师。
Bernice 老师，你好。
你好，Shane 老师。
Today, we are looking at an article called New Ways to Experience Nature Beyond Hiking. And the subtitle is Go Outside and smell the roses. Okay, so new ways to experience nature beyond hiking. So how we will experience nature, go out and experience it. I guess hiking is one way that we do it, but this is beyond hiking, right? But when you say go outside and smell the roses, now smelling the roses, you could literally, just meaning you actually smell a rose. But we also use this as a way to say to appreciate things in this world. Go outside and smell the roses just means to just go outside and appreciate the nature and the beauty surrounding you. Just to appreciate what you have.
对，所以它这算是一种很特殊的说法啦。就刚刚谢老师讲的，当然这 smell the roses 可以真的就是你去闻那个玫瑰花呀的那个香味。可是主要就是说让你要到户外去呢，去好好的享受大自然的那一种所谓的细微的这个美好。就是你看这玫瑰花这些什么树啊、花呀、草啊，你都好好的去享受它的那个感觉啦。哈，那今天的这个主要的标题讲的就是这个所谓的 hiking。可是他这边讲的是 beyond hiking， 就是不是我们一般所想象的这种健行，在山里面爬山这个健行。
Getting like exercise.
对，不是只是说走一走看一看啊，然后回家照个相，然后回家，不是哦。所以它是一个 new ways， 它是一些新的方法来好好的这个体验一下、探索一下我们的大自然。
Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
New ways to experience nature beyond hiking. Hiking is a popular outdoor activity that allows people to enjoy nature while getting exercise. Hikers often focus on beautiful and eye-catching scenes, such as sunrises and sunsets. However, some hikers prefer to slow their pace and pay attention to the small details, like a butterfly resting on a flower. This careful way of observing nature has a name: land snorkeling. The term was created by American artists Clyde Aspavig and his wife, Carol Guzman. It means taking the time to notice parts of nature that we often overlook. Rather than rushing somewhere with a fixed goal, land snorkelers move slowly and take in their surroundings. Like snorkeling in water, this activity involves getting close to living things and observing them carefully. When people go land snorkeling, they may notice rare plants or animals that they have never seen before. In doing so, they can experience the wonders of nature and appreciate them more deeply. Land snorkeling can be enjoyed almost anywhere, not just in the mountains. Even a small park or trees along a city street can offer chances to observe nature in a new way.
Okay, let's get right into this article. So hiking is a popular outdoor activity that allows people to enjoy nature while getting exercise.
Agree.
So outdoor activity, outdoor here is an adjective which just describes being outside, right? So it's an activity that you do outside. That's what hiking is. We do know that. Oftentimes you do it in mountains, but you can do it in other places too. And you get lots of exercise and you enjoy nature.
确实是啦，这个健行啦 ，hiking 的话，我们主要是翻健行，就不把它翻成特别翻爬山。爬山另外一个叫做 mountain climbing， 那就真的你要去爬登山的那种感觉了哈。hiking 就是说你不一定要在山里面走。 你也可以到其他的地方走一走啊，看一看啊，这样子哈。但是它有达到一种运动的这样的一种感觉啦哈。所以他就讲的健行呢，其实它是大家都知道是非常受欢迎的一个户外的这样的一个活动。因为这个户外活动呢，可以 allow somebody to do something， 可以让人们可以去享受这个大自然的同时 while 你还可以呢好好的运动一下。
Okay, continuing. Hikers often focus on beautiful and eye-catching scenes such as sunrises and sunsets. So scenes are just things that you see with your eyes. Those are the things that you see are called scenes. And they give us a couple examples like sunsets and sunrises. These are scenes that you can see with your eyes, and that's what you do a lot of times when you're hiking. You're focusing on the beautiful stuff, taking in the nature around you.
没错啦，所以为什么大家喜欢 hiking， 就是因为你到了户外呢，你就可以 focus on， 你就可以呢好好的专注在这些漂亮并且呢很吸睛的美丽的好这些所谓的景色。所以这边的 scene， 好，这个 c 就没有特别发音了， sc 就发死的音就好了。scene 好 scenes 那就是 sights 一些景色。比如说呢，他这边就举了2个例子啦，你想要去看这些日出啊、日落啊这些漂亮的景色，那你当然要到户外面去走一走啊。
Okay. However, some hikers prefer to slow their pace and pay attention to the small details, like a butterfly resting on a flower. So some hikers prefer to slow their pace. If you prefer to do something, that means that you like to do that thing as opposed to doing something else. So you can say, I prefer to go hiking rather than skateboarding.
对，所以
I'm too
prefer
old to
to
skateboard.
rather than 就是比较喜欢做 A， 比较不喜欢做 B。
Yes, yeah. So they'll slow their pace and they'll pay attention to just the small things, the little things. Butterflies resting on a flower. Like, I mean, come on, that's so beautiful.
是没有错，所以呢，有一些这个爬山的这些健行的人啊，然而啦，所以他用一个 however， 就是说，跟前面有一点稍微的做一个小小的对比，因为有些人去登山或者是去健行，他觉得我就是 do some exercise， 所以他咚爬完就回家了。
And like the further you go, or the better the hike was. Like, so you're kind of trying to get to the top of that mountain as fast as you can and get as much exercise as you can. But in this situation, you're slowing it down and really taking in all the things that you can see, all the scenes around you.
对，所以这个句子强调就是说，有一些人他并不是说我只是要去运动，所以我一定要攻顶，还是我几个时间多少小时，
我的 heart rate 怎么样啊？
对，一定要爬上去，然后我的心跳要怎么样？他不是在注重这一些，所以他用了一个 however 这样的一个感觉。对，就是有一些健行者，他比较情愿喜欢的，就是我把我的脚步的稍微 slow， 我放缓。放慢我的脚步，然后呢，并且我去多多的注意一些 small details。比如说，他这边的细微之处指的是，并不是旁边的帅哥与美女是你的细微之处，他的细微之处是指呢，花朵上面休憩的蝴蝶。这个你要真的很细微的去看嘛，你远远的可能看不到嘛，对不对？所以你要走近，原来这边有一个好漂亮的蝴蝶哦，然后它停在这个花上面在休息，然后你去注意这些小细微。
I think you can 注意 all of that stuff. Also, 美女帅哥也可以注意一下，
也可以啦。
Why not?
但他们不细微。
To slow it down. The point is slow down. Because humans are part of nature too.
Yes,
we're all parts of nature, right? Okay, let's continue.
Okay.
This careful way of observing nature has a name. This is a cool name. I like this name. Land snorkeling.
Yeah, snorkeling.
Land snorkeling. So we know snorkeling is an activity that you do in the ocean where you kind of float on top of the water and you can breathe out of a tube. And the point is you look down and you appreciate all the beauty that you can see below inside the ocean. Maybe the coral reefs, or you can see some fish or some plants or some sharks or sea turtles.
Okay.
Who knows? But the point is the whole point of snorkeling is just to observe those things. It's not to get faster, to go from one part of the ocean to the other part of the ocean. Really, you just kind of almost stay in one place and just take in with your eyes all of the deliciousness of the beauty that you can see underneath the water. But now we're doing it on land.
Land, yes.
Land snorkeling.
所以这个名字很酷啊。我们中文把它翻成陆地的浮潜。浮潜，对，原本是在水里面、海里面的嘛，哈，就像刚刚老师讲的，你会慢慢的在里面欣赏这个海底的一些漂亮的这一些所谓的海生动物啦、海中的动物啦，或者是里面的一些景观啦。可是呢，现在把它放在陆地上了。那但是呢，我们把这个东西呢，就是给它一个所谓的解释的方式，就是它是一个 careful way， 它是一个很仔细的一个方法。这个方法就是你一定要观察大自然。对，你要很仔细的去观察它每一个地方、每一个角落，这样的一个动作，我们就把它称之为陆地的浮潜。
Cool. Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back.
好的。
Now, I want to know who came up with this really cool name and what does it really mean to go land snorkeling?
Yeah.
Okay, let's find out.
Okay.
The term was created by American artists Clyde Aspivig and his wife Carol Guzman.
Oh.
Okay, so they are a couple of artists.
Yeah.
So, you know, definitely.
艺术家耶。
Yeah, you know, those 艺术家, they're very, you know, their brains work a little bit differently, right? And one thing about being an artist is noticing the beauty that surrounds you and then either painting it, drawing it, playing music to appreciate it, taking a picture of it.
Yeah.
You know, so that artists really do have a special eye for nature, I think.
没错，
right?
对。所以呢，讲的是原来这个 land snorkeling 这个名字到底是怎么来的呢？其实这个 term 呢，就是被谁所创造呢？就是一对夫妻，这对夫妻是美国人。
That's right. Like me, I'm an American.
美国人，对，
American.
这些美国的艺术家，所以就像刚才炫老师讲的，艺术家呢，他的眼光或者他看东西的这个方法跟他的这个视角，就会跟我们比较不太一样了。所以确实呢，就是这些艺术家，这两位艺术家呢，好，那他们两个创造出来的这样的 land snorkeling 这个名字。
Cool. Okay. It means taking the time to notice parts of nature that we often overlook. Okay? So that is true. Often we can be hiking, we can be in nature, but sometimes you're more focused on the destination of where you're going, or the exercise that you're getting, or the company that you're with. You're just chatting about something with the person you're hiking with, and you're not really taking the time to notice the little parts of nature that we often overlook.
没错，所以这边讲的 overlook 要用 over 这个感觉，就是你没有看到的，你忽略掉了，你没有注意到的。所以呢，他的这个意思，为什么他创造出这个名字，就是说，他的意思就是说，你要 take the time， 你慢慢来。所以我们常常叫人家慢慢来，不是叫 slow down， 是叫 take your time。Okay, 你别急，慢慢来。
Kind of like in snorkeling, you don't really move very fast, right? You just kind of float around.
你又不是在比赛，又不是游泳 swimming competition， no， 不是，对不对？你是在欣赏海里的东西，所以你什么事情要慢慢放慢脚步。所以他的意思就是说，你花一点时间呢 ，take the time， 然后你可以注意到大自然的一些这个部分。那这些部分呢，其实都是 we often overlook， 有的时候我们都会忽略掉的。
Okay. Rather than rushing somewhere with a fixed goal, land snorkelers move slowly and take in their surrounds. So rushing means to do something very quickly, right? So
很急，匆匆忙忙的。
Yeah. So rather than doing that, rushing around with a fixed goal, like what's the end, like getting to the top of that mountain or something like that. Rather than doing that, when you're a land snorkeler, you slow down and you take in. And if you're taking something in, or taking in your surroundings, just means you're allowing them to kind of come to you and you're really observing them. You're taking them in.
对，所以用这个 take in 这个片语其实挺好的。当然中文可能我们就是讲欣赏啊，那可能很多同学说，那为什么不用 appreciate？ 可是 appreciate 有一点就是你站在那边这样子看。有吗？可 take in 就像刚才老师讲，你让它进入到你的眼睛里面，你真的在观察。
It's almost like you're absorbing it
对，你在
into
吸
you.
收它，对，让它进到你的这个眼睛里面，你的视觉里面，所以用 take in 会更好的那种欣赏的感觉，有点像细细的欣赏。对，好，
I like it.
所以他就讲说的，陆地的这个浮潜者呢，其实他们就不会像我们有一些这个登山者一样呢，或者是这些健行者一样，他不是为了一个固定的 fixed。goal 的目标，然后就会 rush， 就匆匆忙忙，赶快，我们1个小时内一定要爬到那个地方，好，然后这样我们才可以消耗这个2000卡的这个卡路里 calories， 好，所以走这样好，不是这样子，他们是慢慢的 move slowly， 然后这样子你才可以细细的去欣赏你周遭的环境。
Right. Okay. Like snorkeling in water, this activity involves getting close to living things and observing them carefully. So that's the point. Like when you're snorkeling, really what you're hoping for and what the goal is to see a fish in its natural surroundings and really observe it. Or maybe looking at the algae or the corals, coral reef, or whatever you're trying to look at and really kind of take it in and really appreciate it. And the point is to observe it carefully, to really take a good look.
没错，所以呢，他这边就讲了，其实呢，它就跟像你真的在水里面做这个浮潜是一样嘛，就像刚才Shane老师讲，你要看这些所谓的这个海草啊，然后呢这些鱼啊，好，然后或者是珊瑚礁啊，然后它们怎么移动的呀，然后它旁边有一些什么东西，就是很细微的东西，所以就像这样子，所以这样的一个活动呢，它其实牵涉到的 involves， 然后记得后面加 ing， 它也牵涉到就是你一定要靠近 get close to， 就是你要好好的靠近，仔细的呢去观察你的这些 living things， 这些活的这些生物，并且去观察它们，而且要仔细的观察。
Okay, let's take a short break. We'll be right back. Okay, continuing. When people go land snorkeling, they may notice rare plants or animals that they have never seen before. So something is rare, it means it is very uncommon.
Yes.
It's not a common thing to see, something rare. So you might see some rare plants or animals that you've never seen before. I mean, that would be really cool to go hiking and see something you've never seen.
没错，
Right?
对，
Yeah.
所以这个就是说呢，当人们进行这个所谓陆地浮潜，因为你放慢脚步了，因为你仔细的去观察了，所以这个时候呢，你可能呢就会注意到一些 rare 这个字原本就是很稀少的，像老师刚才讲的 uncommon 或者是 scarce， 一些很稀少的一些植物也好啦，动物也好啦，而且这些东西呢都是你以前从来没有见过，你根本不知道它叫什么东西，这个是什么？那个是什么？你连名字都叫不出来的。
Okay. In doing so, they can experience the wonders of nature and appreciate them more deeply. So the wonders of nature. So a wonder is just something that is amazing or that you think is very wonderful or beautiful. A wonder. So wonderful is the adjective.
Yes.
A wonder is the noun.
Yes.
It just means something great, right? And you appreciate them more deeply. Now, when you appreciate something, you realize how good it is, and you take it in and you think, wow, this is great.
Yeah.
That's what it means to appreciate something. So
没错。
you can appreciate them more deeply if you do this land snorkeling.
对，所以他这边用 in doing so， 他没有用 by doing so， 因为他是在这个过程里面，就是你放下脚步。靠近自然，然后用你的眼睛去把它 take in， 然后好好的仔细的去欣赏它的时候的这一个过程里面，所以他用 in doing so， 所以在这样的一个这么做的过程里面呢 ，they 当然就是指 people 啦，就可以呢好好的体验到这个大自然的奇观了。所以刚刚老师讲 wonders 就是 wonderful 的名词啦，所以 wonders 就是一些奥妙啊、奥秘的一些地方啊，好，然后同时呢，你可以怎么样呢？除了这样子，你还可以好好的欣赏它们，而且是 很深的、很仔细的、深刻的去欣赏它们，而不是只是飘过一下就而已，对，所以你很好的、很仔细的去看它。
Land snorkeling can be enjoyed almost anywhere, not just in the mountains.
对啊
Okay, so it's not just mountains where you can enjoy this land snorkeling.
没错，所以呢，如果你像 Bernice 老师一样，像我们家后面有个很大的公园，你的 park 里面一样可以欣赏到这些大自然的鸟啊、蝴蝶啊，看看人家的狗狗啊。我只要看到狗，我就会非常仔细的观察。
Yeah, 摸它。
对，因为我实在太爱狗狗了，对不对？所以他这边就很仔细的讲了嘛，就是你不一定要 everywhere 都可以，不是一定要到山里面去的。
Even a small park, like the park behind your home, or trees along a city street can offer chances to observe nature in a new way. So anywhere where there's some nature, you know, all around Taiwan, there's parks everywhere. You know, you can just go and slow your pace. Usually we just walk through a park real quickly, or you go to a park, sit down, and then 划手机. Instead, you can really take a look at the trees and take a look at the different birds that are flying around and maybe going in their nest. And like you said, people are walking their dogs even. You can notice the dogs, squirrels, who knows?
对啦，所以呢，Shane 老师的意思呢，就是说呢，不要只是把眼睛放在手机上面，因为这些手机，当然这些手机造成了很多，对我们来说有很多的优点没有错。可是呢，就是因为我们太 focus on our smartphones or cell phones， 有的时候你都忽略你旁边有一些好美的东西，你都没有仔细的去观察它们。所以他最后这个句子就是说呢，即使呢只走过一个小小的公园啦，或你走在这个我们的市区的这个街道上面啦，旁边有一些什么树木啦，你都可以提供你一些机会呢，你可以好好的这一个观赏这个大自然，而且是 in a new way， 用一种新的方式。
That's right. Okay, that's all the time we have for day 1. But look, we have day 2.
是的。
We're going to learn more about land snorkeling, and we'll see you then.
Okay,
Bye-bye.